I'm the critic at the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario for skilled trades and apprenticeship reform. And basically, my job has been over the last, since last November, I have been basically working on ways that we can get more young people into the trades, take the stigma away from people who work with their hands, and help to rebuild a workforce for Ontario for the future. And in the last campaign, in the election campaign, one of the things we campaigned on was the fact that we would change the apprenticeship racial system, which would create about another 200,000 opportunities for young people in Ontario. Now that's a long story, but the reality is that today in Ontario, there's a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and a lot of it we can be repaired by just changing the apprenticeship ratio, so there's not 3 to 1 and 4 to 1 like in some trades, but actually you can, for every journey person, you can have an apprentice. So what's happened, with that, we've been doing a lot of consultation, but on top of it all, we've now got this thing called the College of Trades. A lot of people don't know a lot about it, and particularly the people in the trades don't know very little about what's happening, but it's coming into effect on January the 1st of next year. And there's basically been very little communications with the public. So what we're trying to do, and I've been doing all summer, I think this is about the 45th stop I've had in Ontario, I'm going out to construction associations, and that includes people like Greater True Sewer and Water Main Contractors Associations, electrical associations, mechanical associations, chambers of commerce, and we've been trying to get the word out that this is coming, and it's not going to do anything good for young people getting jobs in Ontario. It looks like it's nothing but another barrier for economic growth and employment in our province. So overall, we're not happy with that at all, and I'm trying to send the message, and we're here today. We're heading up to Alexandria later on this morning, and yesterday and the day before done 5 events, and Jim was with me for a couple of them in Ottawa. So we're doing everything we can just to spread the word on the negativity towards the College of Trades, and that includes extensive membership fees as well, but no training for people. It's strictly a new body that will be there to join and provide nothing for you in return for your money.
Yeah, so in January 2013, everybody that's a tradesperson in Ontario will get a bill for over $100, and every company something more than that. And that's new. I mean, we were looking at $100 million going back. This organization is sitting there, there's 89% membership, or the executive and the board is unionized. It's strictly another way of tying up our labor laws in this province, and we can't do anything. And we've all heard some of the bad examples in this over the last couple of months since our labor white paper came out. But we have to make Ontario competitive again. And it's little wonder why nobody wants to set up here. It's just another uncompetitive category, whether it be hydro or taxes or property taxes. And now our labor rules are so out of touch with reality. It's killing Ontario.
There's 600,000 people out of work in Ontario now, and 300,000 people have lost their jobs in manufacturing. So there's a real opportunity now to retrain people for the future. And what we've got here in Ontario, which is really exciting, and this is a statement that we've had come up a couple of times now, why do we have kids at home playing Nintendo in the basement when they could be out learning a trade? And you know what, we just don't have enough of that, and young people that do want to trade, they can't get employment because of the ratios and because of this new body called the College of Trades. They're leaving Ontario, and they're going out to other jurisdictions like Alberta and Saskatchewan and getting their trades. And that's not right in in a country that was the engine that drove the Canadian economy. We've got to get back to basics and start getting more young people trained, and not by using something called a College of Trades that's another administration level.
So what are the responses you're getting, like for instance the meeting you had today?
The meeting we've had today, it's been absolutely overwhelming, the responses everywhere in Ontario. I've been as far north as Sudbury, as far south as St. Thomas. I've still got to do Windsor, Sarnia. I still have to go to the Thunder Bay and Timmins in that area, the Sioux, and a few other stops as well. The reality is, though, that we're spreading the word. The other morning, I talked to a group of mechanical contractors, which are plumbing and HVAC and all that sort of thing, up in Ottawa. Hardly anyone in the room had ever heard of the College of Trades. And these are the people that are going to get bills sent to them or invoices sent to them on January the 1st. So guys and girls from the media, we appreciate your response that you've come out here and talked to us today. But our whole job has been, you know what else do we do? We can only put so much on Twitter and Facebook. We've actually got to go out and meet the people and get guys like Jim and all my other colleagues, get us everyone out there talking and spread the word. And the one thing we want to make clear with the College of Trades and with apprenticeship ratios, if during the next, in the next general election in Ontario, which could be within the next year, the Progressive Conservative Party will campaign on two things. One, changing the apprenticeship ratios again. Two, doing away with the College of Trade, disbanding it, rescinding that legislation. It's completely, it's archaic. We refer to the College of Trades as a banana republic agency. It's something you'd see in Uruguay or one of those countries like that. We're not even close to it, but the kind of body we need to see help trades here in Ontario.
Well, I think,
Okay.
Is it the province that sets the apprenticeship ratios, or?
Yes, well, yes, it is. And keep in mind, apprenticeship ratios in Ontario are there's only two provinces that are different, Ontario and Quebec. The rest of the country has 1-to-1 at least, okay? So that means if you've got one journey person on your company, you can have one apprentice. In fact, in Alberta, they're even going as far as saying if you've got one journey person, you can have two apprentices. But in Ontario, after two journey people, journeymen, tradespeople, you have to go to three more journey person before you can have an apprentice. So all these kids that could be learning from professionals, and a professional organization, by the way, that's aging. Because the baby boomers are aging and they make up the bulk of a lot of the tradespeople in Ontario. They're going to be retiring with nobody to replace them. So we have to move forward.
Do you think that's a government issue, or do you think that's possibly the trades organizations trying to limit new members joining them?
Some of the trades organizations are trying to limit the numbers.
Putting pressure on you, because of course they want to see no numbers there so they can drive up wages even higher. But the goal is we have to be competitive, and we're talking about a huge shortage in 4 or 5 years. I mean, these are government numbers. They're talking about millions of jobs that we'll have to go elsewhere to find people that are skilled, and we'll have the unemployment numbers even higher. And the other component is many people that try trades don't like it, but it gives them an opportunity on a 1-to-1 basis to go into it, try it. If they don't like it, they move on. But at least we're allowing as many people as we can to get through, because these are good paying jobs. These are $20 an hour jobs or more, and we need to get our own people working. Once they go to Alberta they don't come back.
The Construction Association basically all now are supporting changing the ratios. I mean, they don't have to be done overnight. We can't guarantee it will be done overnight, but we will change them.
It allows them to. We don't force them to. They're allowed, if they want a 1-to-1, they can use it.
What did you hear specifically from the Construction Association here in Cornwall?
Well, I think more than anything today, we heard of people who were being educated. Like a lot of them knew nothing about the College of Trades, and I think our job was to come in and say a few words to them and answer a few questions. So I think they're looking at it in a very positive manner. We gave them some ways they can object to it. Like there's a website called stopthetradestax.ca, which is put out by the Ontario Coalition of Construction Employers. And we're spreading the word that way as we go across the province. So it's basically the same we've heard everywhere.
Okay, so the College of Trades is basically a regulatory, what is it?
It's not a training school. I mean,
It's
the name was very carefully skilled. People think it's a college. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a collection of, it'll be a collection of all the trades in Ontario, and it's not a tax. That's all it is.
It's just a $100.
It's really the College of Trades is supposed to be the industry regulating itself.
So it's like the College of Physicians, where
Yep.
if there's a problem with the tradesperson, they
Yeah.
can
The
discipline them or let
government's
the
signing.
public know that person
And
is not qualified.
they're also expanding who is a trade, hairdressers, handyman. Anybody will have to be now belong and have to carry a card on the site to say, or in their place of work, saying that they paid their fees. So this is not just the current, what we think is a trade today. We're talking, they're expanding it to 157 different occupations.
Well, yeah, it's very vague right now what their strategy will be, but we think the intent of the industry is if you're on a construction site, you'll have to have some kind of a certification, and that certification may involve in some people's 5 and 6 pieces of paper, because many people on construction sites now are multi-purpose. They've got a number of jobs they do, and we don't see the advantage of that impact on the small business. we think that's going to be a negative drawback to people in small business, and it will drive away jobs.
How exactly is it going to drive away jobs?
Well, because you're going to need more and more people to be competitive, and when you drive away jobs, you won't be able to be competitive to bid on the jobs. And when you can't bid on the jobs, you don't get the work, and then you end up laying off the people anyhow.
But if it's a level playing field, wouldn't all of the people
Like,
bidding
an
on the jobs
example,
have the same
In
hurdle?
Quebec, if you renovate your bathroom in your house, you need 13 different trades legally to do the work. That's what
Drives up the cost of the project, drives the jobs
You need
underground.
somebody that does the drywall, somebody that does the painting, somebody that replaces the right thing. And they can't be different units, you have to be different units, or different trades. And there'll be people on site to check, make sure you have the card that says you're doing what you should be doing. And if not, where's your $100?
Does it not protect homeowners who are hiring these contractors though, knowing that
No.
the person is certified?
The homeowners today have got two options tonight. They can drive their they can go out and do the cash thing and do it with sort of a black market type of a thing by paying cash and working behind the scenes or underground. But by far, the construction industry today is very well. It's already overregulated with WSIB, all the inspection projects, inspectors they have, the design inspectors they have, the engineers on sites. Overall, we do a great job of building our homes. We do a great job of building roads and bridges and high rises and all those sorts of things. So that they don't need any more. If you've got a construction company in Ontario today, whether it's mechanical or plumbing or electrical, no matter what it may be, you can go into any of those offices and you'll see all the licenses hanging on the wall, all the updates they need for their certifications, etc. They don't need another body telling them that you're not.
This
doing
is
good
not a
enough.
certification for apprentice. This is just certification that allows you to work on the site. Nothing to do whether you're a certified plumber, or apprentice electricians. This is on top of that. So they'll pay those dues, and then they'll pay these in addition. And that's why many of the groups are joining the Stop the Trades Tax.ca are actually unionized companies where the union people say, look, it's another $100 a year. So why am I paying this? I'm already paying my own union dues and all the other costs that go along with it.
Did you know the fee? Did we explain the fees to you yet about the membership fees in the College of Trades? Okay, so right off the bat, we know that it'll be apprentices will pay $100, which they've never paid before. That's membership in the College of Trades. Any journey person, which is electrician, plumber, there's like 14 compulsory trades, including like hairdressers and chefs, all those sorts of people. They'll all pay about $125 a year. Okay, and a business will pay up to $750. Currently, to get your license in Ontario, it's $20 a year. That's what an electrician would pay in Ontario. So every 3 years he gets a renewal for $60, and he puts his sticker on his license, and he's back in business. And so it's going from $60 to $375.
When was this College of Trades created? I know you said it starts in January, they have to start paying, but when did this come up?
In legislation in 2009, it started as a body that was, and the regulations have changed it all. The body was set up to sort of encourage people to get into the trades and bring a new environment around working with your hands and a new statement to it. The reality is that the regulations have changed everything, and it's become this bureaucratic body that looks like it will do nothing but take money out of the pockets of people. And that's why the Construction Employers Association are calling it a trades tax. It's nothing more than that.
And I think Garfield and Jim are certainly doing a great job to get that message out in Ontario. It's going to affect, I think, the rural areas more so with the smaller trades and the smaller businesses. And it'll affect the economy in the rural part of Ontario, and I'm very concerned about that. And what are we going to do in the future of these students trying to get jobs and trades in Ontario? It's going to be quite tough if this goes through, and the McGuinty government is pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and trying to keep it under the carpet and make sure that Ontario doesn't really know what's going on. And Jim and Garfield are doing a fantastic job to get that message out there, and we need the media to back this up to get that out there so that people are aware this is going on.
Can you give an example of how it would impact the rural more than elsewhere in Ontario?
Well, rural areas certainly have, the electricians, for example, their companies are a little smaller than the larger companies. And there are 2 or 3 employees, and now they're being cut to 1 or 2, and it's crucial that the 1-to-1 ratio does get met, because if not, it means loss of jobs.
Well, I've talked to some of the school boards, because if you're in high school through the, we students go on site, they're excluded from the ratios. So there's a lot of that try to go on. They go into the first year of college, go back to get a job. They can't get on site. Part of it is you have to actually have working hours. They can't take them because at that point they fall into the categories of, and so they go through, they pay their schooling and can't get a job and the employers say, I'd like to hire you, but I'm at my limit. I have the work. I want to train you. You're a good worker because they work for them when they were a high school student. But they're told you have to try back in 6 months or a year when,
We were told yesterday that even up in Ottawa, on the list of union list of possible apprentices, there's over 300 want on the list that are ready to go on the list to become apprentices, but the ratios are holding them back. And that's what the unions. And the unions, who basically have tried to control this. And some of the schools are having classes, there's not enough apprentices coming in to fill the class.
Do you have a number if you want to go 1-to-1, how many more apprentice slots would that be?
200,000.
in Ontario.
Yeah. We'd go to 200,000 jobs when it was fully implemented more. And those are people this is not somebody we're training to go and work in the government agencies. These are people to build Ontario for the future. These are our men and women. And today, in the apprenticeship programs, we have all kinds of opportunities for women as well. It's not closed doors anymore to just men. We've got all kinds of opportunities for young men and women both to learn these trades.
You look just about 3 or 4 years ago, the average age of a bricklayer was 65. So, and this is the problem. We're running into it. We know, the government data is showing we have a huge shortage. There's already a shortage today, but it gets critical in a number of years. So we need these people trained so they can actually take these jobs. If they don't, then we have to start going elsewhere and looking at, because you can't wait 4 or 5 years, because right now the certification program is 5 years to get an apprentice to go through the program in Ontario. It just doesn't make sense.